Imagine being born into wealth and privilege only to have it all ripped away through an appalling act of betrayal. This is the shocking reality of Ann Cooper-Hewitt, a wealthy heiress from a prominent New York family who was unjustly sterilized without her knowledge or consent. Orchestrated by her own mother, this unthinkable act was motivated by nothing more than greed, an attempt to prevent Anne from inheriting the family fortune. This heinous act against Anne was not only a personal tragedy, but also a stark representation of a broader societal issue. It served as a grim reminder of how women's bodies have been and continue to be regulated and controlled. Anne's story illuminates the dark corners of history where power, privilege, and prejudice intertwine, leading to unimaginable abuses of human rights. The story of Ann Cooper-Hewitt is a chilling example of how women's bodies have been regulated and controlled throughout history. Born in 1914, Anne was the only child of Peter Cooper-Hewitt, inventor, and his wife Marion, a socialite. From a young age, Anne was thrust into the limelight, not by choice but by circumstance. Her father, a prominent inventor, passed away when she was just 13, leaving her under the control of her mother, who would later prove to be the architect of her misfortune. Growing up, Anne was often described as lively and intelligent, but her mother painted a different picture. Marion claimed her daughter was mentally incompetent, an accusation that would set the stage for the unthinkable act that was to come. At just 20 years old, Anne was forcibly sterilized, a victim of a twisted plot by her mother to prevent her from inheriting the family fortune. This act was not only a violation of Anne's bodily autonomy, but also a testament to the disturbing lengths the powerful would go to maintain control. Undeterred, Anne took her fight for justice to the courts. She filed a lawsuit against her mother, a bold move that shed light on the horrific practice of forced sterilization, a practice that was shockingly legal at the time. The case was a highly publicized affair, bringing the issue of women's rights and bodily autonomy to the forefront of public consciousness. But justice was not to be served. Anne lost the case, a devastating blow that underscored the grim reality of the era. The laws of the time permitted such an atrocity, reflecting a society that saw women, particularly those deemed unfit, as less than human. Despite her efforts to fight back, Anne's life was forever altered by this tragic event. The vibrant young woman was reduced to a symbol of a deeply flawed system. Her own personal tragedy, a chilling reminder of the injustices that women have had to endure. Yet, Anne's story is also one of resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit of women who refuse to be silenced, who fight back against the odds, no matter how insurmountable they may seem. Forced sterilization is not just a physical act, it's an act of violence that leaves deep emotional scars. It's a brutal violation, one that Ann Cooper-Hewitt had to live with every day of her life. The procedure she was subjected to was not just a medical act, it was a theft of her rights, her autonomy, and her potential to bear children. This act had a profound impact on Anne. She lived her life feeling the need to constantly prove herself, to validate her worth in a society that had so cruelly deemed her unworthy. It was a mental battle that she fought every day, a constant reminder of the brutal violation she had suffered. But the implications of Anne's forced sterilization go far beyond her personal suffering. It was a symptom of a much larger disease, a disease that saw the regulation of women's bodies as a tool for enforcing eugenics, a disease that saw women not as individuals with rights and freedoms, but as vessels to be controlled and manipulated. This horrific practice was not unique to Anne's case. It was common in the United States, particularly in the South, and was part of a larger movement that sought to control the genetic future of the population. Women, particularly those from marginalized communities, were seen as mere tools in this endeavor, their bodies a means to an end. Ann Cooper-Hewitt died at the age of 41, her life a tragic testament to the horrific consequences of forced sterilization. Her story is a stark reminder of the enduring impact of such a violation and the urgent need to ensure that no woman ever has to endure such a horrific act again. Ann Cooper-Hewitt's story is not just a tale of personal tragedy, but a stark reminder of a dark chapter in history. Born into privilege, her life took an unimaginable turn when she was forcefully sterilized, a pawn in a broader game of eugenics and control. Her struggle, however, did not go unnoticed. It sparked a conversation, shedding light on the distressing practice of forced sterilization and the urgent need for women's autonomy. Her life, marked by resilience and determination, has since served as a rallying cry in the fight for women's rights. Even today, as we continue to fight for women's rights, the story of Ann Cooper-Hewitt serves as a potent reminder of the battles fought and those still to be won. As we delve deeper into Ann Cooper-Hewitt's story, we are not only left with a sense of indignation, but also a profound respect for her strength and resilience. It's a tale that compels us to reflect upon our own societal structures and question the injustices that persist. We invite you to share your thoughts on this matter in the comments section below. What do you think about Ann Cooper-Hewitt's story? How does it resonate with you? We hope that by sharing such unheard stories, we can inspire dialogue, empathy, and action towards a more equitable society. If you found this story impactful and want to hear more about the unsung heroes and sheroes of the past and present, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell.